One love, one love, one love, Team Delta, one love. Welcome into the flight. I'm going to ask that you give me a 9 if you can hear my audio clearly. Give me a 9. If you can hear my audio clearly, drop a 9 into the comment section. Drop a 9 into the comment section. Drop a 9. Pick up yourself. This is Turn Up Tuesdays, and we are about to turn it up right here at Delta 9 Media. Drop a 9 into the comment section. Pick up yourself, Team Delta. Drop a 9. Drop a 9 into the comment section. If you can hear me and hear me clearly, drop a 9 into the comment section. Drop a 9 into the comment section if you can hear me and hear me clearly. Guess what? We are here. Had a little bit of a hiccup getting certain things synced up for some reason this particular episode, but guess what? Everything is synced now. I got a different piece of audio device that I'll be working with today as far as the microphone goes, because for some reason my other audio situation is not syncing. I don't know why, but guess what? As long as this is syncing and y'all could hear me, I see Wayne, I see AJ, I see Gnosis Focus, Deborah, big up everybody that's in the live right now. Thanks for tuning in. This is Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. Now, as you come in, big up yourself, Wayne. Thanks for tuning in. This is Turn Up Tuesdays. We are here and we are about to turn it up. We are about to turn up the steam, turn up the heat, turn up the flames at the foot of certain persons who have been playing games with us for a while. They've been playing games, and today it's Turn Up Tuesdays. We got the time. It's Tuesday, and we turning it up. We turning up the heat. We identifying all the information that they left out, things that they might have left out, Glennis. Big up yourself and welcome into the live. Welcome into the live. This is Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media, and we're about to turn it up. We're about to turn it up on all the information, all the details that they left out, the information that they don't want to hear from Laura, the information that they never took from Sir Brian. Guess what? We are about to highlight it, inform you about all the things that's coming up as it relates to the case, as it relates to justice in this case, the things that definitely we need to keep on the front burner. These are the things that we'll be highlighting right here on Turn Up Tuesdays. Guess what? The flight is about to take off. Loretta, welcome into the live. Thanks for tuning in. AJ, everybody that's in the live right now. Everybody. Kati, Helen, everybody that's in the live, thanks for tuning in. This is Turn Up Tuesdays, and we are about to turn up the temperature. We're about to turn up the heat. We're about to make sure that we keep this on the front burner right here on Delta 9 Media. Plus, guess what? The honorable opposition leader, we might expose something about what's going on with the leader of the Win Party. Now, all my Team Blue, we are there. The leader of the opposition has a conversation about the leader of Team Blue. So all my Team Blue people in the house, big up yourself and thanks for tuning in. Simone, welcome into the live. Welcome into the live. The plane is about to take off. We are about to take off, highlighting all of this information. So make sure that as you come in, you hit that like button on your way into the flight. We are about to take off in just a couple of minutes. Definitely. Big up yourself, Simone. I see that you're waving the blue flag. You're here for what Mr. Norton has to say, allegedly. Well, not allegedly, because he will be making the statement right in front of us about his views about what's going on with the leader of Team Blue. Definitely all the Team Blue people, definitely stick around. Let's have that real conversation about what's going on in our country right now. Thanks for tuning in. Every single person that's coming into the live right now, big up yourself. And this is Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. And we are about to turn up the heat. We're about to bring this one definitely to a boil. We want no slow simmer. We're turning it up all the way. We're making sure that we put the information out into the airways. Highlight the information that they want you to forget by September 1st. Highlight the information that they want you to forget right now because there's so many gaslights that's out there, so many things that they don't want you to pay attention to, things that they left out of an investigation and said that it is complete, right? And our 11-year-old loved one, 11-year-old sister, 11-year-old family member, right now, lays in her grave. Information that they would have left out of the investigation. That's what we'll be highlighting here, because guess what? We heard directly from the lead attorney about what's going on in the case. And we know that, in accordance with what he said, that Mr. Sobrian's statement that they claim that they took was never given by him. So where did they get this statement from? We're going to hear directly from Sobrian, Adrianna's father, the person right now who is traumatized by this entire situation and going through a whole lot of things that it's not necessary that he should have had to deal with all of these things. He was forced into this situation. And we're going to hear the conversation that they left out of the investigation, details that they could have gathered from the father, right? Details that they could have gotten from the persons that was there. They never took this information. Right here on Turn Up Tuesdays, we're going to turn it up. We're going to keep it hot and blazing and make sure that this information stays on the front burner. Now everybody is seated and everybody would have packed their luggage away and the flight is about to take off. Let's go right into the information right now. Big up yourself.
This is my home at Lot 2 High Park, Purikis Bank. I'm glad you guys are here at this moment. So you could maybe, show the people them the environment and the things that we got through for the past 2 years and we never complain about it.
Right. So you're saying this is the house that you grew up in?
The one in front.
This one right here. But now grandma
Yeah.
lives there.
Grew up there, granny.
Right. And what about now? You're married?
Yeah, I'm not married, I just like living home for the
Least we forget, Christmas list came all the way from Canada and made sure that he took some time out, right, to do an interview with Sobrian so that he could highlight the information directly from the father. Big up yourself, Christmas list. Definitely big up yourself. Now, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button. Please take a couple of seconds. Thumbs up this live. Thumbs up this live, because this is Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. And we are turning it up. We're building up the temperature to the explosive limits right here, because this information that is about to come from Sobrian is the information that is not a part of their investigation, not a part of the information that they are analyzing when it comes down to seeking justice. They ain't want to hear none of this. But on Turn Up Tuesdays right here at Delta 9 Media, listen,
past
we're going on right here.
13
We're
years,
going
14
on right here.
years.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm living here, I'm work, I build this house.
Amazing.
Everything nice. Good. Now I'm comfortable. Maybe in life, how I work, I can, upgrade it a little. But for now, I'm okay.
Little. And how many people live inside the house?
We're gonna be like five of us.
Yes.
Me, my wife, and it'll be three siblings. But for now, it's only gonna be two of us.
Yes. Now this is probably going to be the most difficult conversation I've ever had. I've been put in situations in the past asking difficult questions, but it's not going to be easy. But I think this is possibly the most important video I've ever created on my channel. I look at this as an opportunity to introduce the world to what's currently happening here with this gentleman, his family in Guyana.
Personally, I never went there myself.
Right.
I just walk minibus, I pass the 1 million time every single day. I never went there.
Right.
I don't know why. Yeah, never give me the feelings to go there. I always hear things about the place, but I never know my family going there neither. Be honest.
Right. Who went on that day?
Well, I can't really say how much person went.
But I mean, your
But
family members went?
yeah, the whole side of the family.
Okay. Was there a specific occasion or just to get away for the day?
No, just normally go out, man. Normally weekends and go out and
So you are hearing directly from the father about what's going on. Guess what? We're gonna hear from other persons as well, give their account of the actual occurrences that they experienced while they were at the scene that day. Plus, guess what? We want to know if they left out these people information too, if they would have left them out of the investigation, because this is critical information and it's being highlighted right here on Turn Up Tuesdays at Delta 9 Media. You don't subscribe yet? It don't cost you nothing, buddy. Cost you nothing to subscribe.
Have a cookout and a little family get together.
Yes.
So I can't really say what take place, but when I reached there, when I reached there, as I tell everyone before, when I reached there, the feelings, I just feel me that I was like, I just observe, everybody telling me one me, and I was like, I trying to figure out which part and is building me that today.
So just so I understand, so your daughter went missing. Your family realized your daughter's missing, and then
When
they
I
make the
reached
call
there,
to you.
I was home in his chair. I was home in his chair, lay down sleeping. And my uncle get a call, because my uncle living in front. So he get a call and he was like, hey, your mother try calling you and she didn't get through. And I was like, I went sleeping. They telling me if Adrianna come home. And I was like, no, Adrianna gone with my mommy, them gone out. Or you ask me if she come home. Then telling me that they didn't find anything and thing. So this is when I left here. I left here, put on my clothes. I will go there, catch a car. From there, I catch a minibus from there to Tushin. When I reached Tushin, it was like about 2. Because I know when I reached Tushin, it was about 2.
Right.
When I reached Tushin at about 2, I saw my mom and 2 police jump out of the car. And I walk and go in the building. The police never talked to me. I never talked to them. I walk and go in the building. When I walk and go in the building, after they come back, I ask them what go on and tell me the camera walking and trying to get a next video from nearby building and store. So I stand up and I watching, observing the camera next door. I went and checked the other 2 buildings before, and then I come and the people then was like, yeah, the camera working, but the person who is operating the camera is not at home. So in all this time, we have to wait till the person come till 5 something going on to 6.
But the hotel itself had no working
No. The hotel had this function going on all the time.
Okay.
From all the time, my daughter missing, people was swimming in the pool. People was around the pool. The pool was sold out. Everything going on. People going in. The pool was so crowded with people.
Right.
You hear that? Could that be why they didn't want to get the statement from our brother Sir Brian? Y'all hear what he's highlighting? When it's supposed to be a protocol, whereas they drain the pool, like we heard a lot of persons right in front that was trying to get in and look for Adrianna and say, how come y'all didn't drain the pool? Why y'all didn't drain the pool? Y'all drain the pool, right? People calling for they drain the pool, but guess what? They already had what they had in mind to do. So guess they ain't draining no pool. They're making their money as normal, as per normal. But guess what? We're gonna jump right back into what Sir Brian Gaffer said. But leave it here, what the hotel owners gonna try to tell we. Cause they're trying to sell we a dream, and we got to highlight it every chance we get. Big up yourself, Joy. Welcome in to the live. Thanks for tuning in. My mom, thanks for tuning in. Definitely, this is Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media.
And I leave. Now, later that evening, I received word that a mob was throwing objects at the hotel. Staff and guests were terrified. I returned and filed a report to the Tushin police outpost. Then I head back to the hotel for the police to arrive, which I stay until the CID from the Lenore police station has arrived at 2200 hours. When the CID arrived, myself, the mother of Adrianna, the aunt, and a niece of the missing of Adrianna, and 5 CID detectives searched all the hotel guest rooms who was checked in and the empty rooms. We opened all the barn, the storage room, the attic, the laundry room, the server room, and all this was searching when the CID rank was on his mobile device recording every single move that they were searching. So they have footage that they were searched this entire hotel. At this time, the entire hotel surrounding was searched 3 times by the family member and police. The search concluded at 12:30 a.m. on the 24th of April. No evidence or suspicious activity was found that they have bring to attention to us. Despite this, the crowd gathered outside chanting that I was responsible.
No suspicious activity. The suspicious activity is the fact that the pool was not completely searched. Knowing what went down there 2012. Anything we mention about pool and you is a suspicious activity. This is Turn Up Tuesdays. We here for play with this banner. Anything we mention about you and a pool is a suspicious activity. Sir, are you forgetting what you were arrested and incarcerated for? Are you forgetting? So a child missing at the same hotel that a person was there and was unalive just recently. And you're saying that people looking for a child in this same pool that was missing last seen in this same pool, allegedly, is not a suspicious situation. Y'all hearing this? Y'all hearing what this banner trying to tell we? Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Jeffrey. Welcome into the live. Glennis, welcome into the live. He trying to tell we, Glennis, that no suspicious activities they notice. People coming and telling you, look, they're looking for a child and they can't find her in your premises. That's not suspicious activity to you. That's nothing to you. That's just a regular old day. Oh, another one missing or whatever. And just go about whatever. You know? Listen, let me hear what Sir Brian Gaffer say. And then we're going to come back and hear some more from this one here. So we're trying to sell we dreams. But we ain't sleeping right now at all. We're not sleeping, sir. You hear what Sir Brian saying? Something fishy about here, I just tell y'all. It's something, look. You hear identifiably. The father is saying, look, there's something I notice about this big man. From he walk in and the body language, the way we treating this situation like if it's nothing at all. Here we just said, they notice no suspicious activity. And he walked past the father, but he claimed he was now going into the building, you know. He walked past a father that looking for a child, you know, in you place where somebody was unalive just a little while ago. If I'm getting too loud with this new mic, please let me know. Let me know because this is a new mic setup and I can't judge it. It's not in my ear. So if I'm getting too loud, just let me know. But this banner telling we that, man, listen, man. We hear some more of what the father have to say so that we could conclude directly how many dreams he's really trying to sell. Leave it here.
At the missing, people were swimming in the pool. People was around the pool. The pool was sold out. Everything going on. People going in. The pool was so crowded with people.
Right.
So I saw the boss. I remember I tell you I stand up in front. I saw the owner for this building walk past me like 4 or 5 times. I'm telling you this man passed me standing right there. The man never asked me what happened. Use your father, you know, show a little interest and like telling myself something fishy about it.
Right.
Because the body, you know, you start operating and thing, and then when I asked me, mother even asked the staff and thing, remember more people come and more people going asking them what's going on and nobody giving no answer. All are going on this whole day, you know, I'm telling you. Till when the police start search, get the person come for now for do this, run back this video from the camera now. till about 6 o'clock time.
Right. So a lot of time has passed by.
All the time passed by.
Right. At that time, were the police concerned? What was the feeling like at the hotel?
At that time, I'm telling you, was only one police, two police there. The two police alone come there.
Right.
No matter police didn't come there at that time. That.
But I mean.
So wait. I want y'all let us soak in. Let us soak in what our brother Sir Brian just presented to you right there. Because remember, this one here, the hotel owner is claiming that he didn't notice nothing suspicious. There's two police there. This person's looking around for a child that's lost. He didn't notice anything suspicious. Y'all heard the account of the father. Two police were there at the initial stages of what they were taking place. But they were trying to make sure that they find the child. They're going here, they're going there in the hotel, trying to make sure that they find Adrianna. There was no real police there at that time, right? Two initial ones were there. Business as usual, right? Business as usual. And that's why we got to turn it up right here at Delta 9 Media. We got to make sure that we keep the flame burning at the bottom of the foot, wherever it got for burn. You know why? Because if we don't keep highlighting these things here on Turn Up Tuesdays and on a lot of other different live programs that we would put up, then guess what? A lot of these information is going to be swept under the rug because they don't want these things highlighted. Let me hear some more we got to say.
I voluntarily accompanied the police to Lenore police station and placed in custody. Shortly after, a mob assembled and demanded to confirm that I was in custody at Lenore police station. I was taken out from the lockup, handcuffed in, and showed to them to ensure transparency that I was in custody. That is around 12:30. I reached the Lenore police station. The following morning, I could recall, there was an East Indian male informing the police that they have seen this missing yard at Shoreville. And I overheard the sergeant contacted the command center for the CCTV footage that this girl is at Shoreville, and he said the girl is heading up east.
We know that that was a lie, and this sergeant still more than likely is back on the job after doing something like that. Gross perversion of justice. We highlighting everything what's going on in the case. It's Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. Turn on the heat. We have to turn on the heat. Definitely, we got to turn on the heat on them. We got to keep highlighting it. We got to keep pressing forward with this information, with this movement for justice. Definitely is a daily thing, and it's not just one channel. It's many different channels and many different times. The movement is going, and it's going strong. Pick up yourself, Roxton Benjamin. Welcome in to the live. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Right now, we're highlighting some of the lies and some of the gaslights that were told in this. Plus, presenting the information that was left out. And we also will be highlighting what the opposition leader had to say about the leader of the Win Party. Most recently. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, buddy. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to subscribe.
That was after that, around 10:30 a.m.
Big up yourself, Janet. Welcome into the live. Melinda, everybody that's tuned in right now that can hear me. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, the live is nothing without viewers that are participating. So drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop a purple heart in the comment section if you're standing for justice. Big up yourself, and thanks for tuning in.
My wife arrived to deliver meals, and I overheard that the body has been discovered in the pool. Shortly after that, I was placed back in lockup, and I was released after the postmortem was done. That was what transpired on the 23rd and the 24th. Now I have the footage where when Adrianna was missing, the neighbor CCTV kept me on camera that I arrived at the hotel after Adrianna was reportedly missing. Probably I'm going to release that very soon to you guys. My conclusion, that this tragedy has devastated not only the young family, but also mine. While I acknowledge the pain, I must also highlight that my family, my staff, and our community has suffered as well.
His staff, you mean Jennifer Aliba was disrespecting the mother, suffer as well? When did she suffer as well, and what did she suffer as well? And who are these other staff that suffered anything other than a transfer to one of your other hotels, other than a little bit more commute time, or possibly not the same day off like they had before? What else did they really and truly suffer that day that could compare to the loss that this family has to go through for the rest of their life without their child, the eldest one at that? You see how some persons can be so cold and they can present certain conversations that reveal to you just the way that they're thinking, right? So we can analyze and understand why it's Turn Up Tuesdays, why we got to turn up the heat, why we got to be consistent and disciplined, focused on justice in this case and in so many others. Thanks to every single person that's watching the live right now. Almost 300 people. Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. See, June is saying justice for Adrianna because he went out the back and came in the front. We are not stupid. You think we stupid though, June? He think we stupid. He think that because the camera show he coming in the front, it means that he couldn't use one of the exits in the back that Bailey so clearly showed existed right in the back. You think we understand that the building is one with multiple exits and entrances. Why? Because it's a business place that does do a lot of heavy transport of equipment and stuff like that that they would be renting, right? So we ain't stupid. We analyzing what's going on, analyzing good what's going on the scene. We will hear some more of what the father has to say. If you haven't already taken a couple of seconds, it's Turn Up Tuesdays. Boost this one in the algorithm. Hit the like button. Play your part in this movement for justice. It's nothing without you playing your part. We all here, standing in solidarity, almost 3 months after. Thank you for tuning in, Joy. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live. 1 second, just let me connect you to the speaker so everyone will hear clearly. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. And we are connected. We can hear you clearly right now and you're live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. How is he claiming that he went into the lockup, people went there to make sure he was in there, right?
Yeah.
Remember, everything was a short space of time these things happened.
Yeah.
How come he gets to go back in the lockup after the find she in the pool? So what time they remove him from the lockup?
His situation is that he's telling so many lies and there's so many evidence that's in the opposite direction that easy for figure out. Easy for figure out, you know. Easy for figure out. And you just figure out another hole in the story.
How he come out the lockup to go back in there after 10 o'clock when the fine in the pool and lock you back. So what time did he see?
This Bonner, I believe he was never in no lockup. This is what I believe.
He was never in no lockup. He was never in no lockup.
If we could look,
yeah.
Now I'm listening. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're right.
He's trying to distance himself from the whole scenario, from the time she was listening to the whole night. He's trying to distance himself. That's why he's saying that he was locked up.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't there to do anything.
Yep. But
the thing is, how this girl possibly gave it in during the pool because there were too much people in there and the girl wasn't in there. Everybody who was there could see that nobody was there. As people swimming and you hear, everybody gonna be looking.
Yeah.
She was not there.
Yeah.
So they thought to everybody, she gone. Right? So he is totally lying for everything. And it's so stupid.
Right in front of we face and think we sleeping. Think we looking at what's going on. If they had so many people swimming in the pool after, like Sir Brian just explained to me, right? And there's why they don't want Sir Brian's actual statement in the investigation. Because if there were so many persons swimming in the pool, you mean none of these persons knew that you were looking for a missing person that was last seen in that pool and continue to swim and search in the pool to see what's going on. From Guyanese here down, we could swim. We can try to see what's going on in the pool because we want to swimming in the pool with nobody drowning in the pool.
Exactly. Everybody know that she was not in there in that pool.
Yeah.
And the thing is, so Brian and stay there out there all the time. Everybody, the crowd was out there. So she couldn't come back in. The man couldn't bring her back in because the man was in the lockup too. Until she was found.
Exactly.
So nobody brought her back into the compound.
She was always
so how
there.
did she get in the pool?
She was always in the compound, but not always in the pool.
Always in the compound. She was always in there. So you stop lying, Mr. Devil. Stop lying.
Yeah, we here for turn up the heat
lying.
And expose we going on with right here on Turn Up Tuesdays. We turning up the heat on them. It's been a while. And we need justice in this case. There's too much information, there's too much evidence out there, and we highlighting the things that they left out, the things that they choose to forget conveniently.
And why is only 2 police? They're supposed to have a whole job. The police come, corner off the place, everybody gets out of the pool, go upstairs, search the whole place. This is what they're supposed to have.
There's only 2 police because in their mind, they already got the calls and they already got orders about what they was planning to do. But they didn't expect such a large response. They didn't expect what went down that. They didn't expect it. And this is how persons got to support one another. We got to look out for one another. We got to support one another because we could see when we not for one another, when we're not there supporting one another, what could be the outcome? They're going to railroad we.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because that's exactly how, because they didn't really care how it looked and what people say. They didn't expect social media would pick this thing up and have it like this and keep highlighting it and all of that. They didn't expect this.
No, he telling you he came, but the father telling you that they walk past me. He and the police, them walk past me like as an example. Like as a stop sign, they walk past me like it said go. They don't care none about what I had to say. They went into the hotel and chill. Right? We stay out there and we talk, we got for talk. Right? That's the approach.
I don't take your data. I know what I got to person.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't care. He didn't care nothing about that.
And now he's playing a game.
That they had what are you saying about them? That he and his staff and all of them, they're sorry to get caught. That is what's bothering them.
Look at what Jennifer Ali was doing recently on social media. She looked like if she's sorry.
No, all of them.
We gotta be real. We have to be real. Dorothy, big up yourself. Welcome into the live. We have to be real. We can't play around. It's about right or wrong. It has nothing to do with political affiliation. It has nothing to do with gender, with race, with affluence. None of that. It's about right and wrong. It's about the life of a child. And we're getting down to the bottom line. We're burning up the pot. It's turn up Tuesdays. We're burning it down to the bun. So we could understand what's going on in this case here.
And you know what happened? He's going to eventually talk in everything.
He's gonna
tell everybody, He's gonna talk everything.
Mm-hmm.
What happened, what they doing, and everything. Because the time for this nonsense, got to stop.
It has to.
That is it for them.
We are the generation. We are the generation to make this change. We are the generation. It has to stop with us. It has to. We have tools that are way more powerful than coffee ever had. Wielding in our pockets, wielding on our desks. We definitely got to come together and unify and have each other's back and support one another. Not just in GT, the whole diaspora is a real thing. We got to realize what's going on. We have to realize what's going on. Thanks a lot for calling in. Thanks a lot for calling in and spreading those insights with the listeners. And do remember
what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing.
Well, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay, bye.
Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
We definitely got to make sure that we hold space for one another. You are telling you, let me listen some more, Audrey. Let me listen some more of what Sir Brian have to say right here.
And I explain what going on again, and the police was like, yeah, they're investigating this matter and thing. Go, they come back, they stop by the hotel. When they come back, there was like 11 o'clock time or whatever, or 10:30 going at 11, around the time that he come back. When he come back, my wife told and tell me, the commando come and tell them to go home and move. They must move for me. So it hurt me more. But no, at 11-year-old girl is messing up to now. And you are the commander for the police. Who commanded in the police here, who giving the police this instruction. For come here now and protect this building. Nobody must go in for this building because the police come and stop in front of this man building. All the police will come, never come and assist we for doing nothing for we. And they come and stop in front of this man building. Come and instruction to protect this building. So
imagine though, you come into a scene, don't you got to get some type of initial information as to what you're going over to the scene for? You got to here, go over to Doubleday, they get a situation there with a missing person. Y'all go over there and see what's happening. All right, good. If you get a message and they said go over to Doubleday, they got a problem over there with a missing person. You going over there to Doubleday, right? You as a police now, when you reach the Doubleday, aren't you supposed to go and find the person that is making the reports of their family member, their loved one, or whoever that is missing? You're supposed to go and ask this person, where was this person last seen? Do you have a picture of this person? Is there any other details that you can render to us that will help us to find her, find him? No, they're gone in from the hotel. Nobody can come in from outside. I know persons were going from outside to in, from inside to outside, but nobody could come from outside to inside to make nothing close to a real search possible. Does the standard operating procedure? How could there be the standard operating procedure? You were sent over to the scene of a missing person. Before you come and talk to the father that's there, before you come and talk to the mother that's there, before you go and talk to other person that's there looking for the child, you walk past, you gone inside, you need to hear from nobody. It's crazy.
We the people them out here, we gotta wait, we can't do nothing. So we waiting. When we waiting, The police tell me about 12 o'clock.
That night.
About 12 o'clock the night.
Yes.
When all them business done and the place get quiet down and them thing. This is when Inspector Harris, I don't know if it's Inspector Harris, but I know Harris. When Harris come and I explained to Harris what's going on, Harris was like, okay, we close down the building, shut down the building. I was like, what? Why?
So from 2 o'clock in the afternoon
till to
till
12
midnight, it's 10 hours.
God.
A lot has changed.
God.
10 hours. You hear how my boy claiming he care, and they had a lot of situations where they would have lost this and that, and you know, they traumatized at the whole occurrence and all of that. How much could you really care? If a man stand up right in front of you building and he got away there 10 hours, 10 hours while you make money, 10 hours while you entertain your guests, 10 hours while you clean table, right? While you maintain the area and keep it clean so persons can come and gather. 10 hours while you prep meals for persons who are there to have a meal, for persons who are there to entertain and to enjoy the day. 10 hours while you open drinks. 10 hours while you pour alcoholic beverage for persons to enjoy themselves. People are outside. 10 hours, right? But you care so much, right? And this is part of the things that they would have forgotten. Why this is part of the things that they were forgotten? Because guess what? In accordance with what we heard from the lead attorney in the case, the statement that they claimed that they got from the very person on your screen, let me make myself small, is not about seeing me right now. Let me look at Sir Brian. The person on the screen, right? In the red t-shirt right now, the father of Adrianna. The information that you hear him able to outline right there was not taken within his context given by him to be a part of the investigation into the unaliving of his child. He was there, the person that had to go in the water. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Yeah, the 10 hours waiting wasn't about the guest or nobody, it was about the sacrifice. So people had to wait till he done the sacrifice. That's what it is. It wasn't about the people. That show you that they be having things going on there and they're doing all these dirty things right there.
10 hours. 10.
You see? They be doing the sacrifice right there and have people around that say, gotta be careful the places where you're going. Because they're the right to do sacrifice. People having swimming, drinking, having a bath there. While they have to kill people child.
I telling you.
So it wasn't about the people, the business. It doesn't matter. This is the big business he's doing, where he bringing in money and one landslide victory for election. So this is the thing.
Wow.
There is the problem.
We pay the price for they live nice, technically. This is
a sacrifice for bringing in money. It's not the people that is just a sham.
Big sham.
They place for all the wickedness.
I am telling you.
And the cops, listen, if I'm a cop and the high authority, vice president, whoever send me message to, tell me, don't let nobody into this place, right? I go on the scene and I hear now a child is me. The first thing I put in my head, you know what the child is. And why I have to do this? Why I have to protect a child is me? Why is it I have to go against my job?
Exactly.
And allow this child to be adopted in there. You understand?
Yeah.
Why are you supposed to, a big one in the force too, have to do that?
Because more than likely, let me
either they
or
the text they say.
Yeah. And you know what's the crazier thing too? Why you? It's because more than likely it's something that you normally do. This can't be the first time you're doing something like this and get catch.
Exactly.
You're the most unlucky
Exactly.
person in the
It's
world.
also-
This is something that you just do. Use
It's
clean
a
up, Mr. Clean Up Mandal. Use Mr. Clean Up Wet Foot. You ask come for do things like this to people. But this is the last time for y'all.
Because they said someone at the Venezuela child, it happened to recently before Adrianna, and it wasn't even in the news.
Wow.
What they do is bury the people child, give people some money, and shut them out up, and it went like that.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So they know what they're doing. This is something they're doing for their own benefit. You notice they don't talk nothing about God.
I'm telling you.
You notice that?
You can't run away from the Most High. That's what I want to know. Trying to run away from the Most High. Trying to run away from the Most High is trying to run away from yourself. How is that possible? It's right there. Everywhere you go. We can't run away from it. And we're going to keep turning up the heat right here on Turn Up Tuesdays.
This is the end for it. This is the end for it.
The
This
end.
is the end for it.
The end.
This is the whole end. God has it from Guyana now, and we got a whole farm to God now. We got a whole farm. All who know for prayer, all who pray now, we know for pray. Everybody praying now. We gotta pray. Because they ain't gonna be doing their things and chanting and doing what they're doing. We got to do too. We got to reach out to the Most High.
Definitely.
And hold on to the Most High. And thank the Most High for exposing this.
Yeah.
And it's more exposure to come.
More and more to come, because it's a lot of them implicated in what went down right here. A lot of persons, a lot of them.
Yeah. And imagine that they didn't even take a statement from Sir Brian, and they have a statement from Sir Brian. I would really like to see the statement that they say that they get from Sir Brian.
They was confronted. This one, McCushion was confronted about it. He was confronted about it already. But anyways.
And what he said?
He was, well, when he was confronted about it, well, we know that he had to somehow agree with the investigation, because guess what? The report came out. The report came right out. So it's not like if he disagreed with what was going on in the investigation, because if you got a main person like Sir Brian's information and that's not a real statement, then the whole investigation that you came to do, that should have been announced, and that whole thing should have been botched, because what other statements were fabricated? What if you are fabricating the father one? Who else only are in fabricate?
Yeah, but how do you come to do an investigation? Are you taking people paperwork?
I'm telling
you. But you're not supposed to come and investigate? Who was the people there? Who's the witness? Who's the father? Who was the mother? Were the people who are around there? That's how you investigate.
That's the thing.
What they tell you, they don't do the investigation already, and you hearing all what's going on that no investigation is doing by the police, or they're not doing a good job, and people don't trust them. So you will come and take their paperwork now?
There was a big
so you
sham.
Want to come and make yourself a fool?
Yeah, the investigation was a big sham. It was for persons that would be supporters of the government to say, you see, the government did this, or you see, the government did that. That wasn't nothing to really solidify justice, because if you really came to solidify justice in the first place, you wouldn't get a retired person. You would get an active member of law enforcement, so that they now can be responsible for their actions by the team that they represent. You understand? You know, I'm bringing no random person who retired and he does this kind of work. This is what NEWSROOM was trying to sell we, that it doesn't matter if the person is retired or not. Like, don't make any sense. Don't make any sense?
It don't make sense, but then this Cushion or whatever he named, he knows he was coming to make himself a fool. He didn't come in to do no investigation. He just come in the country and go out back. That's it.
I really think
because he know that they don't do the investigation and they're going with that. He just wants to come now to show his face. And they did bring the investigator, and that's why A.P.N.U was telling the person who was interviewing him, he already did what he had to do, and let the politicians do the rest now.
You know,
So he's saying,
yeah.
let the politicians take the money and do what they got to do with it. Why he said that?
You
Why
see,
he said, okay,
he's convenient.
money, let the politicians
Yeah.
use it and do what they got to do. He's saying though.
Conveniently the president, when it's convenient to him, you know. But McCushion, to me, I think McCushion came knowing it was an optics game. If you look at his appearance, it's an optics game. He's coming to a Commonwealth country, countries that were formerly under the rule of his preference when you look at his optics, right? So he know as long as he come and he say X, Y, or Z, remember you have a lot of colonized minds in Guyana, persons who still look up to everything that would come from a person like that as being the truth, as being the fact, as they would never do that. But we could clearly see that McCushion was not telling the truth in a lot of situations. The top cops them pointy out. The top cops them pointy out, and they're trained to identify them things there because they just do statement analysis. And they got the training all the way from the FBI. They said McCushion talking a set of stupidness. He claimed that he had all the necessary information and he was just a couple days in the country about what went down with Adrianna Young case. Right away, they said, listen, he can tell we foolishness. He coming for batch this case. And look, day like today, so said, so done. He left. The investigation still open. So what did he conclude while he was here?
Why it didn't close yet? Why did if he came and did it, it's supposed to be closed, it's supposed to handle the investigation.
Well, this is it. Because if the investigation closed, they gotta actually produce all the findings. They can't just claim natural drowning and the investigation is still open. It can't be two in the same thing. Or you can get an active investigation into a person's death, and drowning is a pathology of exclusion, but you are already concluding that the person drowned, but you still investigating how the person died. Does that make any sense? It's a set of stupidness, and you know.
How you're going to open another investigation with paper shots with there how much years ago, and you're going to open down now, and you can't do this investigation with a right in front of you with all the evidence, so every ordinary person who's not a police could see what's going on. How you going out to open another investigation? You know,
great question.
That you've been keeping things on zero, and now you're trying to bring out things.
And this is a consistent thing that's going on right before us. Right before us. And we got to watch at all of the switching that's going on right now during election time. We got to watch at all the underhanded moves that's been going on right in front of the face. Don't feel we forget you, Mr. Mark Dark, a.k.a. Mark Light, or you sell out them teachers. All of them little slimy move, you got to watch with them because these is the character of these people. These are the characters of these people. They mean to oppress and they mean to subjugate persons so that they can do things like this to you. And guess what? When it happened to you, who's going to look out for you? They can't afford to. Everybody busy at work, trying to make ends meet. This is how they want to keep us. But this is the generation that's going to be the end of this. In Guyana especially, you got to start where you begin. You got to start at home. And we got to make sure that we make a change in Guyana. It don't make no sense. It's less than 1 million people. Look at the wealth in our nation, but look at the level at which we live in. Got to be afraid to even go to a pool and swim and enjoy our little self. August holiday, everybody frightened for coyote children. Wickedness. Wickedness. Wickedness.
That is to show you that they is only fighting for power. They only want to take control. They is not to be concerned with the people. It's for power. All of them are keep shouting that, poking back in nose. Where it come from now?
Hey, well, let me see what party is going to pick up Charandas, because I don't know how that makes sense and where it makes sense. But any party that pick you up, pick up our iron ball.
Let's see. I was like, where he come from now?
I tell you.
Why is he back?
I know why he's back. Because remember the person that was sitting right next to you was saying, Charandas, what you doing, buddy? It's not same Figgy, and Figgy gone to the same P.P.P. now. So now you can go on and you chilling back with the body. You understand? They had their plan all along, and they think that they're going to roll it out slow. And persons, the regular people in the populace, you're not going to realize, you know. but I sat in a lot of the same classes with a lot of them. So one of them is on this side, exposing all the things were going on with them, all the things that they're trying to pull over people's eyes so they can oppress persons. You can't allow that. Not at all. It's Turn Up Tuesdays on Delta 9 Media. Thanks for calling in, Carla. It was very nice chopping it up with you. Right? Let's make sure that we push forward with this information right now. Pick up yourself, and thanks for tuning in. Every single person that's on the live right now, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. This is a movement for justice. It's Turn Up Tuesdays right here at Delta 9 Media. Let's get into what our brother Sir Brian is exposing. Don't forget, we still got to get into what the opposition leader exposed about the leader of the Win Party. We need to hear and see this for ourselves so we could analyze it right here on Delta 9 Media's Turn Up Tuesdays, buddy. Turn Up Tuesdays. Let me hear what Sir Brian got to say.
Why listen? I always come and say, the people don't want more than father don't come and search this building. So I was like, I watching this building and I was like, how more than father don't search this big building? He said, man, it make no sense. I go and search the building. I know me daughter inside there. Yeah, please go and bring me that. I tell her this them not again. I tell you.
Mother and father alone for search 100+ rooms, 100+ rooms, but you care so much, you know. This is what he's trying to tell me. He cares so much about people. He give out Christmas gift. He's give out Pagua powder. He's give out every single thing he's give out. Free ice cream on Sunday, everything he's do. But he can left 2 people that were standing outside all along to search an entire hotel complex for their missing child. No sniffer dog, no full cordon off, no all guests outside so that we can really search this facility. No drain the pool, none of that. None of that. And we can stand up for something like this going down. Big up yourself, A.P.N.U, one of our moderators. Thanks for tuning in. The year 1950, done with the shocking murder of a young girl during a Obia ritual in Stanleytown, New Amsterdam. It was alleged that Kathleen Fullerton, a housewife, had a dream that she would get unalived. So what A.P.N.U is sharing with us here is the history of sacrifices that is going on in our society. There's a lot more, you know. This is just one that was exposed. There's a lot more. There's enough more going on. But guess what? Right now, we're highlighting and exposing the details in this one so that we can get down to justice for Adrianna and for so many other persons connected to this case right here.
Please go and let people bring me that and give me that because me that in this building. Which, you know, my wife go out with 2 more persons, you know, not going to search or whatever, and search the pool.
Yeah, Patrick, we know that Jennifer Ali and the husband were involved in money laundering, real thing, and then they got the nerve to jump forward and feel like they could disrespect persons in a traumatic time that they're going through in their life, all because they feel they got a big boyfriend, right? They got big boyfriends, so they can disrespect persons. They could disrespect even a person that just recently transcended. Disrespect and oppression at its highest, right in front of we face. You can't sit down for this. The grass is never green on the other side. Big up yourself, DJ Hot Porridge. Definitely in the right broadcast, because this is Turn Up Tuesdays where we turn up the heat like some hot porridge for burn it up. Big up yourself, Hot Porridge. Delta, this is serious. If you have any kids, please don't allow them to go nowhere without you. Don't allow family members to take your baby to their demise. Don't do it, Delta. It's getting out of control. I'm telling you, this thing is getting out of control. And definitely, my children are grown. So when they're going out in the company of others, I would hope, right? Because as your kids get older and they get grown in life, they do their own thing and they make their own moves. But I would just hope that they know, whoever's tuned in right now, I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 of them are watching, whoever's tuned in, that they would watch their company and always observe their surroundings. Always be careful.
Pool, everything, because everyone know the pool empty, nobody in swimming no more. And search the pool and everything else and search and normally nothing, nobody, you know. So Harris turning say in the morning, when place get a little more brighter, we're gonna search back again. You know, for second search. So when the place get bright in the morning, yeah, I had a team like 10 person now, 10 or 6 person around there. I believe it's 10, it's about 6, with some police and the owner, the staff them working and then things search back the building.
When you say search, what's happening? They're going door by door, knocking on doors,
Yeah,
opening doors?
Search just one side first.
Right.
Then I walk across and I go and search one side. And I went walking upon this one side to go over the big building. Now when I walk and going across, then I can see the pool.
Right.
Again, you can see the pool because everybody who passed there can see the pool.
Right.
So if you had somebody in that pool, we will see
somebody would have seen it.
We will see that person in that pool.
For sure.
Exactly. Because they're walking from a height above the pool, looking into 8 feet of water. So technically you got to see 4 feet into the water, right? Given the way that Adrianna was found floating, you would need to see at least 4 or 5 feet into the pool. You need to see the entire depth of the pool because she was not found floating face up, laying flat, or face down, laying flat. She was curved, floating in the water. And let's not forget that she was a tall child. It's a tall child that we're talking about. So then how would you not be able to see the body of a tall child like Adrianna in this pool? Big up yourself, international chef. Thanks for tuning in. Another one of our insightful moderator. I never allow my children to go anywhere with no crowd. I have to be there. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to take that extra step to make sure that things are safe and go the way that you would rather it go with your loved ones. Big up yourself, international chef. Sometimes there's got to make that extra step, do that extra piece so that you can keep things the way you would like it to be. It could never be too careful. You see what's going on right here. It could never be too careful. Never be too careful, I telling you.
You hear me telling you?
Yes.
Now, in the morning time now, after 7, 8 o'clock time, more police come. Enough more police come, no lax. Police pump police. I never see so much brown clothes yet in my life. You telling you? So much police come. The police then come. I want to listen. This is what hurting me right now.
You see? Dennis Anthony, this is what Patrick is pointing out to us. Dennis Anthony Barker was sacrificed in Mahaika mining pit. They sacrificed Dennis around the same month as Adrianna Young. In the Guyana Times International News published by Vanu Manichan. So that's where you could find the article, where you could get more information on Dennis Anthony Barker and the information around her sacrifice. You see, big up yourself, Team Delta. You see, insightful comments, people bringing insightful details to what we're discussing right here. That's why I like my chat. Thanks to every single person that is listening to the live right now, tuned in. I appreciate you. This live is nothing without participating listeners, persons who are dropping comments in the comment section, people who are dropping a 9 in the comment section. Let me know that you're there and you're listening. People who are here standing in solidarity for justice, drop the purple hearts. Don't forget, this is Turn Up Tuesdays on the movement for justice. This right here, big up yourself, Queenie. Thanks for tuning in, Queenie. Thanks for tuning in, Selwyn. These people have bronze instead of brains. Let me see what Selwyn is sharing with us here in the comments. These people have bronze instead of brains. The hotel owner is so illiterate. All what he's trying to say is not making no sense at all. Bare nonsensical statements. And he think that we can analyze it. You see, this is how they probably view the situation, you know. What are they gonna do about it? If I Bert, I think that's how they view in this situation is what we gonna do about it. Because for a person come out and tell you as a grown man, as a grown woman, these type of thing, Audrey, greetings and welcome into the live, right? For a person come and tell you these things as a grown person, Roxton, and you look and you analyze and you saying to yourself, but wait, this person really think I's a punks, you know? They really think I's stupid, that they could come and tell me this, that you're just watching and say, yeah, good. Because you already know. You already know. You got to deal with the case. You got to deal with the case. And that's why here, Turn Up Tuesdays, we turning up the heat. We turning up the heat. Welcome into the live, Audrey. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in.
So for here with the police, them who investigate in this matter, ain't supposed to investigate in this matter because all them corrupt. The police then come. I set a CID. Smith. Since Smith come the night before, Smith come and ask me my daughter got a phone. I tell Smith, I said, Smith, me daughter.
Smith come in and ask if people cheering their phone. Smith come and tell you, Mr. Sir Brian, we would have drained the pool and we found nobody in the pool. This is the only thing Smith's supposed to come in and say. I supervised the drain myself. I have video evidence of the pool being drained. I kept a sample of the water so that we can have some for the investigation, sir. And there was nobody found at the bottom of the pool. That's what he's supposed to come in and tell you, Sir Brian. Odessa, welcome into the live and thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Maima, everybody that's live right now, Desiree, definitely justice for Adrianna. That's what we're about here on Tune. Who's this? Derek Singh, welcome into the live. Dorothy, everybody that's on the live right now that can hear me, big up yourself. It's Turn Up Tuesdays right here at Delta 9 Media. Let's keep it moving. We keep highlighting the information that they might have left out, the things that they might have forgotten. Did they get an original statement from our brother Sir Brian to make it a part of this investigation? Did they get all the details from Laura? Oh, we got more information coming from Laura. We're going to show you more details that Laura was highlighting, more details that other persons that was at the scene is highlighting. Let me hear more from Sir Brian right now.
I think I know phone. She's used her smart sister phone. I Smith want to ask if you can see the phone. I collect the phone from you, girl, and give you the phone. Because I know to myself, this phone ain't got nothing he can run through and say about man. Because
I telling you, you imagine your child missing before they come and tell you the progress with what's going on with them looking for your child. Give you some type of, satisfaction that they're doing something to help you. They got the nerve to come and disrespect you about your little 11-year-old daughter telling you, but hey, they want to see your phone and playing a game like if they could talk foolishness, but she a man and them thing. When you up on the road every day up and down, you could easily watch and see what's going on with your child and know your child good. If Sir Brian up on the road up and down, you don't think that he's gonna know what's going? Come on, man. He's gonna know. He's gonna peep the card and analyze what's going on with the chair and them. They think people stupid, Tallulah. Listen what Tallulah got to say right here. Delta 9. The Guyanese people took a lot of foolishness from the P.P.P. government over the years, but no more. Enough is enough. We are aware of what is going on. People aware what's going on. We peep their card. Long now we peep their card and we highlighting and exposing what's going on. And however they feel about it, they got to feel, because guess what? It's not a situation where we making up nothing. We highlighting things that is actually taking place so that persons can analyze and realize what's taking place in the country. How you could play a part in this movement. Almost 500 people in the live right now. Yeah, I'll take a couple seconds. If you're subscribe. If you haven't thumbs up the video yet, thumbs up the video. I say it over and over again so that I can get it right here into your subconscious mind that when you come into the live, first thing you do, hey, like thumbs up the live. Because I don't know Delta 9 Media is going to say, hey, thumbs up the live, buddy. Boost it in the algorithm.
And John trying to say something, this little girl gone with man. I know how little teenager girls are put it. No, I don't really like that because I know me that. Then trying to steal me that. Then trying to, I can't understand them and these police officers. And I give Smith the phone the night. When Smith then come back in the morning, Smith come ask me for the phone again. He and Mr. Grant, the special, some special whatever, I don't even know. He's not police. But he's some special whatever. Mr. Grant here, Mr. Grant come for the phone again in the morning. Here, why Smith so in touch about this girl and this phone? All them things I want to know about. Because since Smith come in, he want phone. Come back in the morning, same thing again here, Mr. Grant want the phone. I give him the phone.
Right.
I give him the phone. Here, Mr. Grant and all them. This big policeman went in this building after. After 8 in the morning, 7:30 to 8 o'clock time in the morning, is Bay police went in that building. It have no civilian.
Y'all hear that for yourself. What the father is saying. Look, at the time when they would have discovered Adrianna, his police and staff was in the building. People employed in the hotel and police. Big up yourself, Drone Doc. Esther, thanks for tuning in. Justice for Adrianna. God is going to make them open their mouth and we will have justice. Guyanese decided that enough is enough. Enough is enough. And persons would have seen this go down, reoccur, brush under the rug. Go down, reoccur, brush under the rug. And we're saying right now, this is the generation. We are the ones that's gonna make sure that this thing right here change. It got to be strategic. Don't think that everything that I'm talking about here is all we're dealing with when it comes down to this change. A lot of the conversation about this change cannot be on these platforms. A lot of the conversation about this change got to come off of social media. A lot of the change that we got to implement, it got to be with us making sure that we got one another back. It got to be a lot of policies that we put in to look out for one another, a code of ethics of how we deal with one another. A lot of things, so many things that we can't discuss all here on social media. Because we know the watching, and we ain't stupid, but they're on social media talking out everything because we know they're going to try for sabotage. But it begins right here with us coming together and weeding out all of those who are not like-minded because we don't want none of them wrong when we're dealing with real plans, real movement, real development for us so that we can have a foundation. Looking out for one another is important. Looking out for one another is important, or else we're at the mercy of people like this.
The community has lost its value where AA Hotel hosted international guests and domestic to benefit other businesses around the area.
We lost no value when you unalive a young child. The child ain't got no value, right, to the community. The most valuable resource in any country, sir, is the human resource. The persons, the citizens, the populace of the community, right, is the most valuable thing. None of the buildings in value more than one person, right? But he's saying that they lose a lot when they lost the structure. But what about the child? What about the child?
I mean, we had a hotel, the market was getting business, the supermarket, the restaurant and the bar nearby, the barbers and the salon, the taxi service, the clothing store. These are just some of the businesses that are affected right now. W Hotel is a place where hundreds, directly and indirectly, is now ruined. With over $25 billion in investment is gone. My family and I are without a home.
Big up yourself, Tiffany. Thanks for tuning in, and definitely appreciate the fact that you thumbs up the video, right? Because right now we highlighting certain details about what's going on with the case with Adrianna, exposing this one is on the screen. Who feel he got the world of sense? He feel he got the world of sense. He think he's gonna continue to do things like this and get away all the time. All the time. He and the big boy friends them. Watch. September 1st. September 1st plus 100 days. Right? September 1st plus 100 days. Because when Mr. Green gets in on the scene and start to clean up all of the foolishness that these persons have been partaking in for all of this time, we're going to be in for a big change in Guyana, I'm telling you.
I live in fear.
You live in fear of nothing. You know why you living in fear? It's people like Norton got you living in fear. People like Nigel London got you living in fear, because you see these brothers getting big support right now, and you know that they're going to be in parliament. You know that they're going to be at the head of the government, and they're going to make sure that you see people like you see persons that just wicked and oppressive like you, they're going to be dealt with in a real way, because they already would have established the fact that you got big boy friends that's backing you with a lot of things that you're doing. Plus we hearing that you somehow related to a lot of these people. And you are carrying relations, sir. Big boys in the government that was there that day, on the scene that day. Oh, so you're calling your family them and say, hey, yeah, come see what you could do for me over here. While you doing things to people's family, you calling in your family to cover it up. Okay.
Over staff members, over 100 staff members, what we call family, has lost their livelihoods. They call me every day and ask if I'm okay.
Hey.
Sorry, guys.
Have a sip of water.
Have a sip of water, man. You lie, your throat dry. You lie till your throat dry. Have a sip of water, a little like Ricky self, man. Turn up Tuesdays right here at Delta 9 Media. Big up yourself, international chef. You hearing this live with this banner telling me A.P.N.U? You hear what's going on here? You hear what's going on here? Rude not. You hear what's going on here, buddy? You hear what is banner trying to tell we? Najila, hot porridge. You hear what's going on? This banner trying to play a full crying game. What just say, man?
I saw some people on the social media asking why was not the pool drained. You got to put your foot in my shoes. This was because we were looking for a missing person. We were not looking for a drunk person. Because the grandmother claimed that she can swim, and she says she's not in the pool.
I want y'all take that into consideration. Listen to the foolishness with this big man trying to tell we, you know. A big man like this trying to tell we you looking for a missing person that was last seen in the pool, and that's why you didn't drain the pool. You are looking, Najila, glad you realize the big lie we trying to tell we. We're going to go to the people on the ground just now and get the actual scene from what they're talking about. He telling we that he was looking for a missing person last seen in a pool, but he didn't think that he needed to drain the pool to look for the missing person that was last seen in the pool. And that's what he's gonna try to sell us and think that we should accept that. When our brothers and our sisters go out on the street, Desiree, and they protest because of the foolishness that he's telling us right there in the jail, because of certain lies that we just can't swallow, Audrey. You hear the wickedness we talking about right there? Oh, we were looking for a missing person, not a drunk person. But you mean you just went to jail recently for a good couple years. Anybody who spend more than a month in jail, you're going to remember that. You're going to remember that. No, you spend all that time in jail because of a situation that went down in your pool. You weren't at the scene when you said the whole situation went down. You claim you come over there afterwards. Pick up yourself, Rockston. Right? You claim you come there afterwards. When you come, you mean to tell me you're not going to say, hey, y'all check the pool thoroughly? You're not going to say, y'all drain this pool, me going to jail again over no pool water? Drain this pool and keep a sample for these people because they're not going to try to sink me again. They're not going to try to blackball me again. They're not going to try to set me up again if it was a setup the first time as you're claiming, right? This is why the Purple Army got to march out. The Purple Army got to march out on them. It's Turn Up Tuesdays. We're turning it up and we're keeping the flames blue. We're keeping the flames red because we want the hottest kind of fire, the hottest and purest kind of flame to consume this wickedness. You are telling you, Laurette, welcome into the live and thanks for tuning in, Laurette Grant. Paula, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so happy Doubleday Hotel own. I'm so happy Doubleday Hotel owners for you to see all the material gains have to go back where they came from because his blood money is called because of his blood money. It's called karma. So pretty much what Paula is saying, she's happy to see, right? The Doubleday Hotel owner deal with the loss of a lot of his material gains. All of the blood money has got to go back. It's called karma, right? We know they got other hotels. We know they got other establishments. So don't only play a game like I lost my one and my only this or that. They got other businesses all over the place. So don't play no game. Let me hear what the Honorable Mervyn Williams had to say. Another honorable member of the Green Team, another honorable member that was on the scene, standing in solidarity with our brother and our sisters and the other persons that was out there, making sure that they stand firm for justice. Let's hear what Mervyn had to say.
Depraved minds of course. I mean, when you have sitting government officials starting out on the floor of the National Assembly by telling our government parliamentarian that what she needs is a dildo, and then grows from there to a stage where he gets embroiled in allegations of rape, and nothing comes of those allegations. Nothing comes of the situation. When you have evidence being ruled out of a man, a sitting minister of government at the time, being placed on $1 million station bail, and a senior retired police officer saying that records were checked and not a cent was paid, and that man walked out to that police station. Wow. The matter has been settled. The charges dropped. The man asked the president to relieve him of his duties, not the president relieving him. He asked to be relieved. First, he asked to go on leave. You were speaking of depraved minds in our society. Now, when people see those things happen.
Rude Ramnat, I'm from Ramvelt in Georgetown. Pick up yourself and thanks for tuning in, right? Thanks for tuning in.
It is sort of an impetus for sick minds in our society to step out and to do things the likes of which has been done here in the past few hours. I just came home after several hours of driving. And I learned of this situation and came down here. The police are out here in numbers. What can they do?
The crowd is more than them, so they can't do anything.
Well, it's not just that the crowd is more than them. They failed to card the place yesterday. They failed to identify it as a crime scene and protect it.
Yeah.
They failed to act as police officers.
Yeah.
No forensic evidence could be found there of a murder.
Yeah.
Because the scene was not protected. Now the entire place is on fire. The fire engines are here. There's a contention when the tenders got close to the building. The people reacted, forcing the tenders to be removed. But the question is there water for the fire? Specific attention to women and girls. What is happening here? I just read another story about a man who killed his reputed wife and other members of the family.
Yes, yes.
What is wrong with our society? Something has got to be done. Something has got to be done to reclaim the values of our society, to reclaim family values. Where, for example, are the officers of the child protection agency? Where are officers?
That's a great question our brother Marvin just asked. Right, Evelyn? Where was Child Protective Services? Where was Child Protective Services for 10 hours? They didn't have no transportation. They didn't have staff. They were busy doing something else. Where was Child Protective Services? You hear what Marvin is asking right there? You hear what the Honorable Marvin Williams is asking right there? Powerful questions, potent questions that needs answers. And we got to make sure that we highlight it. We got to make sure that we turn up the heat and put it on the front burner right here on Turn Up Tuesdays with Delta 9 Media, right? Alexis is saying all who unalive that child will face the consequences. It's just time. Justice is a journey, but it will come no matter what. It will come. They best know. They better know that the Purple Army is marching out, and we are saying justice must prevail. Justice must prevail in this and in a number of other situations. You hear the Honorable Marvin Williams on the scene, standing in solidarity then and now. Then and now, because he is a part of the party that is saying, listen, in 100 days, we bringing in the FBI to come and sort out what's going on with this case right here, because it's important that we get to the bottom of what's taking place right here. How come they're leaving out all kind of information now in the investigation? Cannot the Honorable Marvin and other persons that are over there at the scene, can these same persons, can these same esteemed persons of our community, of our country, identify and confirm that Miss Laura was there? They can identify and confirm that they were at the scene and they would have either seen Miss Laura there, or they can confirm that they were on the scene and would have acknowledged seeing alive that she was broadcasting. So how come Laura was left out? How come Laura was left out in the proceedings with the investigation? Who is trying to cover up something? That's why y'all don't want the real information from Laura. But here on Turn Up Tuesdays, the fire got to turn up and we got to keep it on the front burner. No brushing under the rug, no turning down. Turn Up Tuesdays.
The Social Protection Agency. This is a sad day. A sad day.
Our country in trouble. Our country in trouble.
Country on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
Country on the brink of collapse. And all those who run it.
Definitely what's in the dark
what they can
must
get
come to light. Thanks for tuning in, Umwati. Welcome into the live.
out of the coffers
Into the live.
and pay very little
This
attention.
is real sad. That's Marvin Williams there for you, executive member of the PNCR.
In fact, I've been meeting with family members, and they're totally distraught. It's difficult for them to even stand.
Yeah.
They're in really bad shape.
Really bad shape. Yeah, I saw a cousin down there just
Right.
now. Yeah, another explosion. I saw a cousin just look weeping.
Yeah.
You know, another family friend weeping for the child. It's sad. It is real sad.
There's a massive explosion there, maybe
Yeah.
a gas cylinder of some sort.
Yeah, yeah. This is real sad.
It is a tragedy. It is a national tragedy.
National tragedy. A child found murdered in a pool. Well, maybe before the
Body
pool.
found in a pool. The
Yeah.
body of a murdered child
Yeah.
found in a pool.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yes. Oh.
And it touches so.
You see what International Chef is saying? International Chef is saying this. International Chef is saying, Delta, remember the man who was live and shouting out Leroy's name and they found Adrianna? I think that man probably saw when they threw her in the pool. Greetings, you're definitely on
Yeah,
the Delta 9 Media Live.
Can you please read what Clifton Backus is saying?
Clifton Backus.
Yes, read what he is saying.
All right, I'm gonna read it.
And
into
that
this.
says something about them. Okay, thank you.
All right, good. Clifton Backus. If one of the moderators find it before, if you find it for me, pull up Clifton's comment so that I could read it into the record, please. Clifton. I'm trying to scroll and find it. If you find it for me, one of the moderators who's in the live right now, see if you find a comment from Clifton Backus, right? In the comments area. I'm getting a little bit of difficulty scrolling up onto it. But as soon as you find it, pull it up and we're going to read it into the comment section. We're going to read it into the record, I should say, from the comment section so that everyone will be aware of what Clifton Backus had to say. Can one of the moderators pull up that comment? All right, thank you very much. Clifton Backus, right? Clifton Backus, the fake owner of Sleep In Hotel, Dennis Anthony Barker's mom, worked at the Sleep In Hotel owned by JAGDEO. They sacrificed Dennis and claim he drowned in a gold mine. See right here? Clifton Backus, the fake owner of Sleep In Hotel. Dennis Anthony Barker's mom worked at the Sleep In Hotel owned by JAGDEO. They sacrificed Dennis and claimed he drowned in a gold mine, allegedly. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? You see why Team Delta is so critical? You see why the comment section be dropping the insights? You see why we're so important when we stand in solidarity with one another? Piece by piece and bit by bit, we're identifying clues and details into what's going on right here so that we could turn up the heat and keep it burning right here on Turn Up Tuesdays at Delta 9 Media. Did you take a couple seconds yet? Thumbs up the live, buddy. Thumbs up the live. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything when you subscribe.
Down some way, because she was well swinged. If it's how she's swinged, I don't know what is it that they do to this child. All the top of her hand here, bruise out, and her knee, bruise out. If you see how she's skin black and blue, her face, it's like she neck break or something.
They don't want to hear though. They don't want to hear those details. Y'all know who's speaking right there? Miss Laura Batson. That's Laura Batson speaking right there, giving us more details. I tell y'all, we had a lot of information that Laura put into the record. So we're going to highlight it now that we would have found out, in accordance with what Dr. Todd is saying, that they did not get interviewed, conversation, an interview, a real statement They didn't get no details from Laura as to what she observed that day. The things that she can highlight, many other people cannot. How could you leave her out of the investigation? Listen to the details that they forgot. Listen to the details that they want to forget. Listen to the things that they so conveniently left out of the investigation. You are right here, right now on Delta 9 Media. Thumbs up the live, because this is the information where even allegedly the Guyana police force don't want you to hear this. They don't want you to know about this, because if they did, they would done contact Miss Laura, get the interview, and make sure that they use the information in the pursuit of justice. But guess what? No, they left she out of the investigation. She was not contacted. That's what Dr. Todd pointed out to us. Let's hear what Miss Laura got to say.
We start the building. I tell you, we start the building from top to bottom. We go in at the tech ladder, climb up. I got the videos in my phone. Till when my phone charged, I'm gonna get to show them videos. Oh, and I know the child in there. We calling for sure. We send it to their gang somewhere. We gonna hear some song.
She's saying she got the videos in her phone. You hear that, Avril? Y'all hear that? She has the video, Audrey, in her phone. They don't want to see it. They don't want to know about that. They don't want to see it, or they don't want to know about that. You know what they want to know about? With the chairs, them that we have pick up from over here. With the tables that they're driving around with the police, looking for table and chair, but then driving around with the police to make sure that they get statements towards a thorough investigation. But they're telling me no stone unturned. They're telling me that they definitely is looking out for the well-being of all Guyanese, when we could clearly see what's going on right here with Auntie Laura. Auntie Laura is, Audrey saying this, Auntie Laura is the real deal. She was there from the inception. She was inside. She was outside of the hotel. Thank you, Laura Batson, right? Thank you for what you did, Laura, because had you not done what you did out of the kindness of your own heart, then a lot of things would be different right now. A whole lot of things would be different right now as it relates to all the information that we're able to present on this case. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Let's hear some more of what you have to say. Let's hear some more of what they don't want us to hear. Then we make sure that we listen and listen carefully, because this is the things that they conveniently left out the investigation. They want to know about this.
Same young lady, we all were following. Oh, God. Who call it out and say she's in the pool? When my phone was dead, so when I got back on live from my phone I borrowed. Yes. At 10:20. So now I'm showing what's going on, because debris was burning on the road. Then somebody sound an alarm and say, look, they're bringing something. Then somebody come and throw the child in the pool. Oh, God. Oh, they come and throw the baby in the pool because, watch, my phone was dead, you see, but I had charge. I walk around the pool this morning. I sat there for nearly 25 minutes. And I'm looking at this pool. The only thing I could see that was wrong at the bottom of the pool is that's like a tile. Someone tile on the step, it flipped. So that's the only dark object you can see. I guess it's underneath the tile from the rear light. And I walk around the pool. I walk slowly around the pool and said, if anything in there, we're supposed to see it. And I couldn't go like, because I was up in the building when the aliens started lighting the fire. When I looked up in the pool, I was stuck in the floor in the pool to see it.
What time she was missing? Like, what time you have an idea? What time
they got here about 10 past 1 and by 10 1, 2, they can't find this child.
In the afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon, they can't find her, and now somebody come up. Now she is discovered dead.
They don't want to hear nothing from Laura. But you had a chance right there, Team Delta. We had a chance right there. Every person in the live right now, more than 500 people tuned in. Thanks for tuning in to Delta 9 Media Live. This is Turn Up Tuesdays, where we turn up the temperature. Blue flame, white flame, blue flame, white flame. Right? Hottest possible temperature, torch. Exposing, highlighting, putting the foot to the flame. Front burner, big burner. Is just not even highly. When the Purple Army marching out on Turn Up Tuesdays, expect real details, expect explosive information. Can you imagine that we were listening to the details that this person was giving that was left out in the investigation for Adrianna Young? Can you believe that this is one of the persons, right? This is one of the persons that was left out of the investigation. For those that think that Delta 9 Media just talking thing, oh, you know, she left out of the investigation. Oh, you know, she left out of the investigation, Delta. You just want to talk thing, but oh, you know, she left out. Who tell you she left out? You running the investigation, look. Libby here, from the lead attorney. Every time I put the details into the record, I'm going to make sure that I put this into the record as well, right? I'm going to make sure that I put this into the record. You know why? So persons can understand just how clear the cover-up is. It ain't coming only from here, saying conversations that persons is having on social media. No, this is what the lead attorney has to say right now about the case.
And we are going to be asking the police whether these persons were interviewed. The police cannot say that these persons refused to give statements because they did not. They were never contacted by the police. And so that is what I want. When they talk about this over 400 pages of report, I am a bit concerned where they got those things from. Because the key person, I can tell you, the person who started the line of this young girl being missing was never interviewed by the police, was never contacted by the police. That person who started the line never moved from that scene. Never moved from that scene. Now, she contacted us, and the first question I asked her is, why is it that if you had given a statement to the police, then we would at some stage see what you have submitted to the police. Don't discuss that with us. I understand police, I understand the protocols very well. I understand the conversation one can have during an active investigation, and I'm very careful of that. So I don't want to speak, or I have never spoken with anyone who the police have engaged and are dealing with. She outrightly said, I was never contacted by the police. And I have always been willing to give a detailed statement of everything I saw. And so she was advised to go ahead and to get her own attorney that she feels comfortable with and to prepare that statement. That statement was prepared. That statement, I believe, was received yesterday. And so we are in the process of sending that to the police to see whether they have received that and whether that is also a consideration that they will take into this matter.
You heard it right there from the lead attorney. Not Delta 9 Media alone. The lead attorney in the case pointing out that, listen, Miss Laura, they left her out. They left out the details from what she had to say. They don't want it as part of the investigation. They don't want to hear exactly what she got to say about what went down, right? They don't want to hear what Miss Laura got to say. But it's important that we stay sharp with what's going on. We got to be aware of what's going on around us. We have to. We just have to.
I want to shot. This is on our body and so on.
Yeah. The lucky parents out when I came here last night. They can't go in the church, the parents can't go in the place. You know, they're helpless and inside the room. And I said, no, this is wrong. I got to go and do a live video and let people know what's going on here.
Careful.
Oh, God.
Well, that's the wheel going like that. It's sad.
And then the owners didn't come out, they didn't say anything, nothing, they just locked away inside.
This is sad. This is real sad.
They told people off and they tried to go through. Like she got some boyfriend and she used the opportunity to look home to get away. But the child's shoes were there. Her clothing was there. They were already in the pool. They're wrong. They're saying that the police saying that the camera footage that their camera pickup saw this child going to wrong.
What? And then they bring her bus by
the midnight last night. They're saying that's not true. That's not factual.
The story changed.
Story change. But the person that was there live, broadcasting it to the world, Team Delta, making sure that persons were updated with what was really taking place. Imagine that this is the person that had to go through all of that to be a part of the investigation. How could we watch something like this take place and think that it is normal? How could we watch something like this take place and allow persons to gaslight us into leaving out certain important details in the case? How can we allow persons in authority to divert justice with all kind of things, to bring in retired people, the botching the investigation, the police that was on the scene really didn't render no help, persons finding themselves in all kind of compromising experiences because they stand up against what's going on, and we're going to really allow these people to continue in this manner? We can't allow this to continue in this manner in our beautiful country. How could we tolerate that? We can. Drop a 9, Team Delta. Drop a 9 in the comment section if you can hear me clearly. I had to change microphones. You see the heat so hot. You're turning up the flame so much in this live. That, guess what? My microphone, the battery, more than likely finished. Let me make sure that the clip on this one good. I'm gonna have everything sorted out by the next broadcast so that we can have just some, the usual audio that I'm used to. But big up yourself and thanks for tuning in. We got to hear something quick before we jump into the rally that was held recently. Because the leader of the opposition, right? The leader of the opposition has a conversation. He got some insightful details about his perspective, Dorothy, about what he thinks about the leader of the Win party, Drondak, because let's not forget, just a couple of months from now, well, not even a couple of months, it's right around the corner, is less than a couple of months, right? Let's say a month and change is elections. And this is what the leader of the opposition has to say about the leader of the WIN party. If you know already, then definitely hear this. A most recent interview, the Honorable Mr. Aubrey Norton had this to say.
Well, Mohamed himself, when he was asked, said he will not join with the A.P.N.U or the A.F.C. When further asked if he will join with the P.P.P, he says if it is in the interest of the country. What could you conclude from that? That the probability of him going to the P.P.P, back to the P.P.P, is high. But when it comes to the opposition, no. So I would say Ganesh was right.
Okay. Now, I ask you a lot of questions. You also said that you will put a threshold at 4
Let me hear that
and
again.
support the P.P.P.
Let me hear that again. This is what
well,
the
Mohamed
the
himself, when he was asked, said he will not join with the A.P.N.U or the A.F.C. When further asked if he will join with the P.P.P, he says if it is in the interest of the country. What could you conclude from that? That the probability of him going to the P.P.P, back to the P.P.P, is high. But when it comes to the opposition, no. So I would say Ganesh was right.
Okay. Now,
see, I hear the leader of the opposition is pointing out there. The leader of the opposition is saying, look, Mr. Mohamed is willing to collate with the P.P.P before he even choose to collate with the opposition. Mr. Mohamed is willing to collate with members of Team Red when they empowers enough people gone dead. Mr. Mohamed, in accordance with what we just hear from the leader of the opposition, Mr. Green himself, aka the Honorable Mr. Aubrey Norton, the person that is leading Team Green right now, has that to say about the leader of WIN. He's saying, listen, more than likely, he might affiliate himself with his prior party, the party that he used to be affiliated with, the party that him and his father, because it go back more than one generation, with their affiliation with the P.P.P. So how everything switched in less than a term, y'all believe that? They got generations of affiliation with one particular party, and everything changed in less than one sitting term. Who believed that? Plus, when questioned, he said that he is willing to collate with the P.P.P before he collates with the opposition. What more you want to see and what more you want to hear. But let me listen to some more of what the leader of the opposition got to say about that and other things, because like you know, it's policy time and people want to know what do you have to offer to the people when it relates to access to capital, when it relates to standard of living, when it relates to cost of living as well. Let me hear.
I ask you a lot of questions. You also said that you will put a threshold at $40,000. So anyone making $40,000 or lower will not pay any taxes.
We have said that we are working towards it. Of course, we engage economists, etc. And I can tell you one economist said to us,
greetings, Grace. Welcome into the live. Welcome into the live. Let's read what Ms. Williams is saying right here. Good afternoon. BJ and Ali is two wicked men on the face of the earth. Them two need to go and get a sea bath so they could kill all the demons and it could come off of the shoulders. I'm telling you, they got a lot of things going on with them. You see, Janice is pointing out that they need to wash themselves down. Recently, we hear JAGDEO saying that he want, give somebody a JRA. So we know if it's he need a JRA because after what we're seeing right now going on with the elections, we know that certainly there's no way that they can easily or legally find themselves back in these positions of power. September 1st is right around the corner. Right around the corner. You're watching to Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. We're going to jump into some of what went down at the rally so that we can put that into the record as well. And we could get a bit of understanding of just the climate, right? Just the temperature of the political arena right now, because things are heating up. Things are heating up.
I question Ashley Singh in the National Assembly every single year. And I said, when are you putting the board in place so that the people of Linden can benefit from the hundreds of millions of dollars that was there for them? A system that was structured under us during 2015 to 2020 because we wanted to build you in capacity. We wanted to make sure that you had the resources, but they never intended for that to happen. So the people of Linden, when you hear them come to you and when you read those headlines and they say, oh, Lindeners considering the P.P.P. Lindeners, you have got to don't like yourself to be considering anything related to the P.P.P.
You hear what the prime ministerial candidate is pointing out to us? You hear what the prime ministerial candidate from Team Green is pointing out? If you care about yourself, if you care about the experiences of you and your loved ones, you'll be very mindful of where you put your ex and render your vote come September 1st, because the wrong political party, the wrong persons in power can mean a number of things for us. Definitely if Team Red gets back into power for another 5 years, what do you think they're going to do with this Adrianna Young case that has been a thorn in their side for the last couple of months, all the way up to the elections? What do you think is going to be the steps that they take towards justice in this case? Can we expect anything further? Ali don't tell me what we could expect. The Attorney General don't tell me it doesn't matter if they bring a person who retire or not. The VP don't, look, he's another person that is helping and making sure that certain things are not highlighted with what's going on in this case. Because guess what? We know that the VP is the one with the real power. The VP is the one that could say FBI and his FBI. The president would do it, right? So let's analyze what the opposition is saying right here, because it's Turn Up Tuesdays, and this was one of the rally recently, and Team Green was turning up the heat, highlighting these details. We're going to hear from the leader of the opposition, the presidential candidate of Team Green, just in a couple of minutes. Right now, we're listening to the prime ministerial candidate, and she had this to say.
We have got to be smart people. Young people, I'm talking to you especially. Young people in Linden, the P.P.P. have no consideration when it comes to building you in capacity. You know what they would do? They would walk around and they would identify a few persons and they would give them a little bit of benefit, and they will make them believe that they should go out and convince people that, you know, if you just stand in line, if you just do as they say, that maybe, just maybe, you will be able to benefit in time. I am saying to you that no one should have you lining up for benefits. No one should have you begging your bread. This is Guyana in 2025?
I'm
We have
telling
a
you.
budget of $1.382 trillion, and Linden must benefit, and the young people in Linden must see progress also.
You heard it right there. So all the money that's coming into the country and all the access to wealth that's being stymied away from certain communities, that's the end of it. That's the end of them marginalizing people and holding back certain places from reaping real benefits from the resources in our country. You're hearing it right there from the prime ministerial candidate, the Honorable Mistress Finance. And she's pointing out the things that persons want to hear about the finance.
But this is not just for Linden. I started with Linden. I heard of persons in potential. And I am not afraid to speak about the P.P.P strongholds, people that go out and vote for them. I had the opportunity to work with young people from that community. I myself, there was a little girl, 9 years old. I had to go and take her to welfare. I had to visit the schools. A community that go out and give their support for them. A community that they boast that they have control of. They make sure that they put no resources into those communities because they want to keep people poor and begging them. We have got to wake up as a country. That young woman was abused. And when you listen to the length of the persons that Ganesh was referring to, the length of the list that he called out, you understand why they do not put things in place to deal with these situations. So the people in potential, when you wake up and you look around your community and you see and you know that you've been voting for these people for so many years, you
the real thing that the prime minister is talking about, you know, real thing, prime minister, when we look at something, let me look around Georgetown, one of the only cities in our beautiful country. Let me look around at what's taking place in Georgetown right now, right? Because we hear, right? We hear the Honorable Prime Minister in waiting, Prime Minister in waiting, the Honorable Mistress Finance was just pointing out something. She said, when we look around at the communities, Shazila Ali, welcome into the live and thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the live. One of our insightful moderators right there, MK, big up yourself, Cheryl, everybody that's in the live right now. We just hear the Honorable Prime Minister point out that when you look around your community, you got for wonders where all these trillions of dollars going. We're looking across the road, and people who from GT know we're across the road right there from City Hall. We right across the road from City Hall, right next to Regent Street, right? What we're looking at right now is the state of the city after the trillions of dollars that persons would have gotten to invest into a number of things, to develop the community and to develop the one and only city. Look at what we're dealing with right here. And then we're going to jump back into what the MP and the leader of the opposition is dealing with and turn up the heat, because it's Turn Up Tuesdays. Take a couple seconds, thumbs up the live, thumbs up the live. Almost 500 people in the live right now. Please take a couple seconds, thumbs up the live, Team Delta. Thumbs up the live. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of seconds to thumbs up the live. Thumbs up the live, Team Delta. Thumbs up the live. Play your part in this movement for justice. Definitely play your part in this movement for justice. Let's play this now so we could see what is going on right here. There's no sound on the video because there's music in it and I don't want to get copyright strike. I just want to show you, look, right across from City Hall. You could see it on your screen right there, Team Delta. Right across from City Hall, right? What we're looking at is almost, you know, say like less than a block away from the arcade, the shopping arcade. What people would want to check out when they come in the country. You know, you want to go and see what's going on in the arcade, this down the third you walk around. There's a big building right there, City Hall, that would be something that tourists would want to partake in, taking pictures and stuff like that. How would you feel as a Guyanese? People coming to visit your country, one of the wealthiest countries in the world. They hear all the gas, this, they hear aisle, this and that. And when they come to your city, right? When they come to your city, this is what greets them. Look on your screen, Team Delta. This is what's going on right across the street. Right across the street from City Hall. Right across the street. Persons in the diaspora, persons all over the world, clearly look at the level of corruption that's going on in our beautiful country. Don't let them gaslight you about no big development. What development when the city is looking like this? You could see it for yourself. I make it big on the screen so everybody could see. Everybody could see. That's why I said thumbs up the live. Thumbs up the live. Let the world see what's going on in our beautiful country. All of that money, all of that sizable budget. And look at how people have to experience one day in your life that you will never get back. Much less a year, much less 5 years more of this. 5 years more of this. This is what we want to deal with? Not at all. Look at how we are living. Less than 1 million people. Oil-rich Guyana. This is what we showcasing right here. That is what we are showcasing. So you could see for yourself. You could analyze and understand. It's not just talk. It's right in your face. Big up yourself, Carlisle. Shalom. Shalom and welcome into the live. Vibert. One young. One young, one left, and a many more fill the gap. Wow. Definitely. That's what we're seeing. Close up. So you could see for yourself. Not just a conversation, not just talk, but right there in your face you could see. Look at the road, look at the place. And we're talking about infrastructural development. Persons got to live and abide under these circumstances in one of the wealthiest places in the world. Where are all the infrastructural development? They don't have a team that's just dealing with city streets to make sure that they don't look like this. With all of that money, we ain't got something to deal with situations like this. You're seeing it for yourself, Team Delta. You're seeing it for yourself. You can't say, I just showing you, I just talking this thing, you know. I'm showing you for yourself so you could see. So we could see exactly what the Honorable Prime Minister in waiting is saying, right?
You should understand, and I want you to value yourselves a little more. And you
see what Audrey is saying? Sometimes I feel ashamed of how the government, I feel ashamed of how the government is doing nothing for nothing good for Georgetown, the capital of beautiful Guyana. Sometimes I feel ashamed of how the government is doing nothing for the capital, Georgetown. What's going on in Georgetown? You hear people talking all kind of thing on their rally, but what they're going to do in Berbice and how they're going to develop that area. If you ain't even developing the original city, we could trust you with a budget to do other things. Look at what's going on across the road from City Hall, yeah, mister. There's an AI video too. Oh yeah, there's an AI video. There's AI, somebody create that. That's not real. That's not how persons got to experience life. They have no value for persons' life. They have no respect for people in the country. How can we put these persons back in power for another 5 years? You haven't seen it blatantly. Recently as well, too, the VP is saying that he was driving around by Guyana stores and the traffic was delayed. But he ain't talking about the big pothole them with the right in front by Guyana stores that's causing the traffic to be delayed. Right around by another very popular area that a lot of tourists would want to visit, an area that should be beautified and well kept. What happened to we Garden City? It looked like a slushy, mucky, dirty city. That's how the Garden City supposed to look. There's how you would keep your garden, Mr. No Stone Unturned Alley. I don't believe that's how you garden looking close by you house. You don't have to walk around and put those visuals into your mind and make it a norm every day. Poverty is something that's a mindset. Things like that. When you walking around and looking at things like that, making it normal. Oh, this is just how the city is. This place nasty. Watch yourself. You're gonna just think that that's normal. That is not normal. It's not normal, brothers and sisters. It's not normal. It is not normal for a city to be in that state. That is deplorable, and things should be done to make that right. Everybody's supposed to be living at a certain standard of life. There's enough money there. There's enough wealth there, continual wealth. When you have that amount of money coming in, the bank is going to lend you way more. So there's all of that financial potential in the country. Look at what's going on in the city. That's why the Prime Minister is saying this. Prime Minister in waiting.
Must vote them out, because if you've been voting for them for all those years and you're still poor, you're still punishing, your children still being abused. You have got to change what you're doing if you want to change what you've been getting.
I'm telling you, you've got to make a change.
I saw them now. I can go to the indigenous communities. I saw them in Morocco, and they had the audacity to go and give speeches and say that indigenous men and women, you must not listen to people that is coming to make promises for you. Well, I have a message for them. It has been too long.
Sandrina Noel, that's a powerful question. What are 3 things A.P.N.U would do when they get into power? Now, the Honorable Mr. Aubrey Norton had pointed out some of that in a video that we have already queued. So I'll play the continuation of the video so that you can hear Sandrina a number of things that he was pointing out. But while I'm on that point right there, I want to invite persons from these different political fractions. Do you have 3 things that you would like to share with the audience at Delta 9 Media? Do you have 3 things that your party would do when they get into power? Would you like to share that details with persons over here at Delta 9 Media in person, among other, brief questions? Then definitely reach out to us and we will make it available for you to speak to persons on the platform and highlight the things that you would do when you get into power. All the political parties, you definitely have the opportunity to reach out so that you can highlight the things that you would do when in power. Right now we're hearing from Team Green. Let's hear what they had to say coming from the rally recently held.
That indigenous people in Guyana have fallen prey to the tricks of the People's Progressive Party. And 2025, we all have to stand up and say enough is enough. Linden left behind, potential left behind, Morocco left behind. This is a collective fight that we need to fight. We need to fight the injustices that have been given and the ill treatment to poor people and poor communities. When you hear the persons come up here on their stage tonight and speak, they spoke to you and they said, oh, I was raised in it. I went through it. I understand it. And I have made a decision to stand up and fight for you. We have persons from every community. We know the struggles in every community. And we are going to put our voices together. We are going to put our forces together. And under the leadership and stewardship of the man that has walked this way with us, the man who has walked this way with all of you.
See what MK is pointing out? MK is saying, listen, young people, wake up, wake up. You see what MK is saying right here? Let all of them work for my vote. Young people, wake up. We are the backbone of this country. Let them work for our votes. They are selling out our resources for pennies on the dollar. Definitely an insightful perspective. All political parties that are vying for 2025 elections come September 1st, they definitely got to provide policies that are favorable, not just to one demographic, not just to one set of people, not just to one ethnicity, one group, but to the entire nation. What do you have to offer? What are your policies sounding like in comparison to what's out there right now and being offered by other political parties? Definitely, Shazila is saying this. This is the capital, and it's supposed to look the best, but it looks the worst. I always cover my nose when I pass by the drains because it's smelly and disgusting. There's a normal thing when you're walking through certain parts of the city, it stinks. Certain car parks smell just strong. You know what, as you're walking through certain areas, it's all garbage. Look at that area right there. It's so, you ask yourself why they got small towns in certain parts and certain regions of the world that got a minuscule budget in comparison to what they have right there to play around with. And there's no way that the one city is looking like that. The capital city should never be looking like that. And you get all of that money and 5 years to do something about it? No. Can't go on no more.
Someone that will put measures in place for Linden, for Potential, for Maruka. This is the type of leadership that we are seeing in Aubrey Compton Norton. And tonight we have to send a clear message that we are in unification with our support for this man. We cannot continue to support people and to support a system that has been bringing us down. We cannot continue to allow people that capitalize off of our struggles to continue to come and flash their fancy lifestyles in front of us. This is your time to own things for yourselves. This is your time to make enough money to sustain your family. This is your to be supported in businesses, your time to have decent jobs. This is your time to benefit from the resources of this country. And we are going to make sure that it is delivered to you. And the only thing stopping in your way, the only thing stopping you from benefiting from all of these resources is yourself. We have got to come out and we have got to vote for change. Vote for the people who have these things. And I want to touch on something very important, very dear to me. When we talk about poverty, I want to tell you it's different when it comes to hinterland communities. Poverty in hinterland communities, it's at a different level. When you think things hard here, when you go there, it's at the next level. They are years behind in development. And we have a policy paper that is dedicated to changing that. We are going to make sure that when you go to Linden and when you go to Potential and when you go to Maruka, all of these communities will be reflecting the same level of development because that is what oneness should look like. For too long, and I'm going to speak directly to my indigenous brothers and sisters.
Definitely the city shouldn't looking like that. Definitely we don't want the city to be looking like that. Could you believe if you're taking a little walk out, somebody come to the country, say, all right, good, let me go and check out and see what's going on in Guyana. You just come from Trinidad, or you just come from another part of the Caribbean, you know? And look at how their cities is looking. You just come from different places. You just come from Colombia. You just take a trip somewhere, you go to Suriname. Because I know they used to clean up at a particular time every day. Certain things would close down in Suriname and they would clean up. I don't know if they still do it. But why we have to keep our place looking like that? Why we place looking like that when we got money? We could got people walking around the city cleaning up on a consistent basis, moving around in vehicles, picking up trash on a consistent basis, to where things don't have to look like that. The problem there is solved with a pump, right? To pump that water back over into the trench, and the area that need to be cleaned up, and them things need to be removed, so that if you need to put any concrete or whatever to raise the pavement, then it could be done. But with a simple pump and just persons to clean that area, it don't need to look like that. It does not need to be like that. And we got to find out for ourselves why something like that is allowed to go down in our oil-rich nation. We got too much. We got too much going on. Too much going on in our country right now for us to be accepting the level of standard of living there. It don't make no sense.
No one has done anything. And I am putting them on notice tonight because we are going to be dealing with that. And they better get boots on the ground and return those people's child to their homes, because indigenous children's lives matter just like every other child. Enough is enough. Let us not continue to have them break down the moral fabric of this society. Let us go out and do what we have to do. And I tell you, when I trust somebody, I have vetted that person. I have vetted Aubrey Norton. And he has withstand every test. He has stand the trials of like every one of you. You know, I'm watching right now and I'm seeing one of my colleagues in the crowd. Someone that actually went through it just like I did. And I'm going to tell you that Aubrey Norton is the man to lead this country out of the mess that the P.P.P. has put it in right now. So I call on you, every last one of you here, the persons listening to us online tonight, the persons way to the back. We have got to unify our voices so that every region is mobilized, because come September the 4th, we're taking our country back. We are voting A.P.N.U. I thank you tonight.
Wow. Yeah.
I definitely gotta take that music out of the plane, so I can mute the video for a couple seconds while they get past that music. As I just gotta go back and take it out for copyright and all the extra hurdles for no reason. But as soon as Aubrey come onto the stage, I'm definitely gonna put the audio back so we can hear this presentation that was done by the leader of the opposition. And a person was asking, we back to the speech. I'm hoping that the volume is back and there's no more music.
The man
no
of
more
the
music.
hour.
Good. A person was asking just now, so I'm gonna put it into the record, right? They were asking like three things that the A.P.N.U. is gonna do. And if you can hear me clearly, just drop a 9 in the comment section. They were asking three things that the A.P.N.U. was gonna do if elected. And I remember that the Honorable Mr. Norton would have pointed out it in this presentation. Let me know if you can hear this clearly as I play it, because I'm getting messages on the screen saying that something has disconnected. So these are a number of things that he pointed out that more than likely is a part of their policies, a part of their manifesto in 2025. Sandrina, say hearing, they're taking a new approach to housing, bringing down the costs for persons so that a lot of persons will now be able to afford a home, not a house lot. There's a big difference between a home and a house lot. A house lot could be a piece of land that they would have designated to you in an area that might be a swamp, in an area that might not have certain infrastructural developments in place. But when you're talking about rent to own, you're talking about a property that is ready for you to move in, for you to now start your life and start building from there. And all you would need to do is to pay an amount more than likely that you can afford, since most persons would be able to afford rent, right? And you now can have a home, not a house lot, because how then would you find the finances to build a property while you're still paying rent for another place, or while you're still having to upkeep all the expenses for your other place of abode? That's one of the things them that they will be implementing, and we're going to listen for more right here. Sandrina, that's one, right? Back on the screen. Back on the screen. Broadcast definitely got to continue. Turn Up Tuesdays. It is Turn Up Tuesdays, and we were doing a presentation, and for some reason, we got to reload what we were presenting because we were bumped off. But we right back at the point where we left off. We were highlighting one feature already, and this more than likely is two, and we got one more after this. I just want to make sure I put it into the record. So when persons ask a question about movie broadcasting right here, or things that we're discussing, and it can be placed into the record, I just want to make sure that I do that. Almost 500 persons in the live right now. I want to thank you for taking a couple of seconds and hitting that thumbs up button. It's that thumbs up emoji that would appear to the bottom of your screen, depending on the device that you're viewing us on. Take a couple of seconds to kindly do so. That's how you play your part in this movement for justice. That's how you play your part as an active member of Team Delta. Just thumbs up the live. That's all it does cost you. And if you're subscribed already, it don't cost you nothing, buddy. Subscribe. We are on the move. We're on the journey to 100K strong.
Saying that Guyanese will have house lots at an affordable price. We wouldn't burden them. because we believe that there is a lot of land in this country, and if we take into consideration climate change and that we need to move to highlands, it is also the opportunity to open new highlands for housing and other business, agricultural, and other activities. So that is another approach we will take. There are already people with
cheaper homes, opening more land, right? That's another thing that they plan to do, right? Let's make sure that I put this into the comment so that persons could understand why we're making sure that we highlight and put this into the record. There was a question that was asked, right? And the comment is now so far up the thing, it seemed like I gotta try to find it back so I could put it up again. But I think persons remember the question that was asked. It was asked by, I think, Sandrina, right? Asked the question, and she was asking about the three things that the A.P.N.U would
existing
do, right?
houses, many who cannot afford to rehabilitate the house. We're saying that we will have a mechanism to ensure that we can help Guyanese to repair the houses and keep the value at a particular level.
Who they claim now is the
So a people-focused approach is what's being taken, right? A people-focused approach. Cheaper housing, grants for repairs, and a number of things. And you just heard it right there from the leader of the opposition. We hear it right there directly from the leader of the opposition. We now have to pay attention to the number of different manifestos that will be presented, because a lot of persons are going to be presenting their manifesto. A lot of persons are going to be presenting their policies, and we want to make sure that we analyze all of these, because guess what? Moving forward, we want no one-sided situation going on in Guyana. We want a government that is going to be for all the people. We need persons in power that is really going to be about progress for the nation. Big up yourself, everybody that's tuned in right now. This is Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. We're about to hear from the leader of the opposition, at one of their most recent rallies. Let's hear what Mr. Aubrey Norton has to say.
The man of the moment. The man come September 1. You will cast your vote for him to become the next president of this republic. Get your flags out as we welcome the next president of Guyana. Make some noise for Aubrey Compton Norton!
Value yourself, think highly yourself. You're very important. Hashtag,
GT Slim, that is a very insightful comment that you just made. GT Slim saying this: they need to create a program for prisoners with good behavior to clean up the city like we have here in the US. A simple fix to a situation like that. And it's not a big city. It's not a big place to where they can just maintain it just off of that. Again, policies and persons in power. That's why the country is in the way that it is. That's why some persons just can't seem to find some type of solution to the poverty-stricken life that they got to experience. We got to deal with the persons that's in power and the policies that they present. Definitely. And that's what we're highlighting here on movement. The movement for justice, the movement for equality. Let's hear right now from the leader of the opposition. Let's see if the music done.
big deal.
Nah, the music ain't done yet. When the music finished, we're gonna put the audio back on so I could save myself having to wait for all of that music to be taken out.
Good evening, East
All right.
Coast. We are on a special mission. We are on a mission to return honesty to Guyana. For too long, those who only know how to thief have been running this country. It is time for us to take our country back. We want people in this country who, when the resources come to our economy, they will ensure that the resources meet the people of Guyana.
Hear what the leader of the opposition is saying right there? He will make sure that the resources get to the people of Guyana. So it's not a situation like we got for witness right here. Look at what's going on in the city right now. This is what is going on in the city right now. This is what's going on, buddy, in the garden city, right? You tell me which garden you know would be kept in this manner. Watch. You tell me what garden you know is going to be kept in this manner. Look what's going on here. Watch what's going on here. Take a good look right across from City Hall. Right across from City Hall. Right? This is what it's looking like. Right across from City Hall. This is what it looks like. That is what it's looking like. And this is just one part. This is just one area. Is the money reaching the people? Are the resources meeting the people? The access to capital is meeting the people? No. Poverty, sufferation, and they programming it into you so that you can see it over and over and make it a part of your normal experience, and you make it a part of your everyday living. That this where you got to look forward to when you say you're going to town. You're going to town and pick up something. This where you're going and reach in a town that is so wealthy. This where you're going and reach in one of the richest places to be in the world right now, because persons refuse to make sure that there are situations, policies in place so that persons would have access to the capital, access to the funding, right? And that is what the leader of the opposition is pointing out in their most recent rally. That's what he's pointing out right here.
Saying to you, we will govern with integrity. We will govern with honesty, and we will ensure that you and this nation gets prosperity. When you and this nation get prosperity, we are on the path to unity. You know, a lot of the disunity occurs because this government allocates the resources of this country in a discriminatory way. They have different strokes for different folks.
I'm telling you.
But we said to you, you all will be treated equally. We said to you, we care, and therefore we will share. The patrimony of this country belongs to the people of Guyana. And you, the people of Guyana, under the A.P.N.U, will share in the resources of this country.
Y'all hear what the leader of the opposition at the point out there. Because right now, persons can't see the way in the country. People are in the country right now that are qualified, right? Got a subjects, got a qualifications, got a certification, and this is what they got to face. It's not something that is just being said. You hear from the leader of the opposition. Not only we hear from persons that got to experience the marginalization, right? Because over here at Delta 9 Media, we just bring all angles to what's going on so that we can thoroughly get an understanding of what is taking place, of what is actually taking place. Now, let's hear from a person who got to deal with the marginalization on a daily basis.
There's a few things I want to say about this country that we're living in. I am a 23-year-old Guyanese, 23, and I have a diploma in financial accounting. I am currently pursuing a bachelor's of business administration with the focus in finance and accounting, right? I have 7 years experience in finance and accounts management, along with inventory management, along with audit management, a lot of things that relates to financial management. What is fascinating to me is that, and this is not me trying to go against no government or administration, because this is how Guyana works. You say something that a particular administration doesn't like, and then you become blacklisted. So you need to be very careful what you're saying and how you're saying it. But we keep the government and everybody like to say, one Guyana, we're here to help everybody, stuff like that. And the reality of that is not true. It's not true. It really isn't true. A lot of jobs in Guyana, especially well-paying jobs, especially jobs that, would take you from a space of being like dependent and take you to a level that you should be comfortably, which is financially, strategically, academically, all these things. You cannot get that if you're not a friend, a family, or a favorite of somebody in power and authority or stuff like that. I recently used to work at a very well-known government entity, and I worked there for the better part of 3 months. Working there, I really thought that working there I would, because it's a government entity. I haven't had a government job since I worked my first job at GRA over 6 years ago. So I really wanted to come back into the public interface. Started working there, and I wasn't receiving my pay for a number of months. They claimed that me not receiving my pay is because of an administrative issue with another sister ministry. Which of course wouldn't be my fault, because if you're admitting that the issue is with another sister ministry, then me not being paid is an internal issue that you need to fix. Anyway, it prolonged for months past. I'm going to work every day, doing my duties, wasn't being paid. And still they decided April 25th that they were going to terminate my contract. And then they paid me in the month of June. Sometime a couple weeks ago they paid me. And when they paid me, they took out over $600,000 from the pay, stating that I'm not supposed to get that amount of money. A lot of drama. But what can you really do? Because if you go to somebody in power, we don't hear from them. Nothing good. They're not getting no feedback, no update, no nothing. Now, I have since taken that time to apply for a number of jobs. I kid you not. Imagine having 12 CXC subjects, a diploma, and you're a bachelor candidate, near to finish your bachelor, and still you cannot find a job. From the month of April, May, June, we're now in July. Unemployed. And then the question comes, how do you get a job? And what do you do? Because then would I have to go and beg people to help me pay my bills? Do I have to go and do what? What this administration wants you to do, and especially when I think about black people, or people who are not their favorites, they want you to go and find jobs like cleaning. They want you to go and find jobs like construction. They want you to go and find jobs like work in the bush. No, I am an intellectual, and I should be in a particular job, and I don't have the time to always have to keep bringing down myself from who I believe I am, so people could, I don't know.
Hello. Mr. Rohi, good morning. How are you doing, sir? Good. GCOM Commissioner, the process today, explain to us.
And if you are to highlight certain things that goes against the status quo, Team Delta, if we're to highlight the things that they don't want to hear, like some of the things we just highlighted right here on this broadcast, we just highlighted the parts of the information that they wanted to left out of this investigation, coming from Sir Brian, who's Adrianna's father, and coming from Auntie Laura Batson that was there, right? Not her blood aunt, but a loved one, a person that would have seen Adrianna grow up and was willing to stand there in solidarity, no matter comes what may, until they sorted out what went down with Adrianna. We highlighted the information that optionally they might have left out. Conveniently forgot to make them a part of the investigation. Plus, we also pointed out what the leader of the opposition is saying right now about the leader of Team Blue, Mr. Mohamed. He's pointing out that, look, Mr. Mohamed is willing to collate with the P.P.P before he even considers collating with members of the opposition. He want to collate with Forward Guyana, allegedly. He don't want to collate with the A.P.N.U, allegedly. He don't want to collate with Brooms or with no other small party in the opposition, allegedly, but he's willing to collate with the P.P.P, and he already was a part of the P.P.P, and in less than a term now, he's running an independent alleged party going against the P.P.P. So many complications in the political arena, so many things to stay updated with so that you can understand just exactly how much twists and turns is going on right now in our country. So many striking details to make sure that you stay informed about with the Adrianna Young case and so many other cases. So subscribe if you have not already subscribed to this platform. Make sure that you hit the subscription button. And I want to highlight something. After we would have gotten a few words from our sponsors right now.
Be hard, work hard, play harder. Verb, nerve, and muscle power. Keep thinking and moving at any age. Verb, nerve, and muscle power.
Unleash the best version of yourself with every goddess. Say goodbye to limitations and say hello to a better, stronger, healthier you. A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C. The ultimate male supplement. Men's total wellness formula. Packed with essential nutrients for men's health. She'll call you Mr. C.
Healthy, wealthy, always. Eat Butterfly. EatButterfly.com. Yes, one of our most loyal sponsors. And every time you use our affiliate link that's appearing on your screen right now, guess what? Your affiliate link awards you with a special discount, and it gives a kickback to us here at Delta 9 Media. Definitely support Eat Butterfly. Healthy, wealthy, always. Pick up every single person that's tuned in right now. And you are live with Delta 9 Media. It's Turn Up Tuesdays. It is Turn Up Tuesdays. Pick up yourself. Every single person that can hear me speaking right now in the live, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. This is what happened just recently. When a person decided to ask questions to the leader of the country about the way that the money is being spent from the public treasury. He had this to say about the funds being spent on a lobbying firm to address political opponents, in specific, Mr. Mohamed. Let's listen.
The correlation between
what is the
Mr.
correlation?
Mohamed and the Venezuelan president. I've seen the tweets.
But that is what the lobbying firm says in its filings at FARA.
Listen, I saw the tweet too, and the tweet is very clear on what the congressman believes is the correlation. I can read it.
But the lobbyist was asked. The lobbyist was asked to draft these tweets, and the lobbyist was paid by the government. That's what we're trying.
Could you respond to reports that the government is using state resources to fund its campaign?
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Because you haven't responded to the question I asked you. But the government of the People's Progressive Party does not need state resources to run our campaign. We are not using any state resources to run our campaign. Our campaign is run by the People's Progressive Party with our resources supported by the humble people of Guyana. And we are strong, we are ready, and we will defeat every force that is ahead of us.
I appreciate your response. The correlation.
Telling you. So understand that these is the people that's
So we're going on in
important.
canal number 1 now.
Now when you start fall, I'm getting better by not do nothing. When you start fall, I'm gonna come dig little bit. You understand me? And this place like this straight to go in only election time. You got set to the politician them and some people in the village like wow, the chairman and the minister. Them that's the only time they just come and look after these people.
What is the
Understand that these is the people that's in power right now. These is the people with the authority.
But this is only a piece of scene. You need to go along at the back there and show people state what people living in. As a normal
bring
thing. And
in-
when P.P.P. like election time, them come and can't tell what call these people.
Correlation to bring in persons to make sure that this investigation is done in a real way. These is the persons with the authority to ensure that things move forward in a real way in the city. This is the person who deliberately left Durban Park so that it would dilapidate into the state that it is right now. These is the people that got trillions of dollars coming into the country every year in a budget, and the city looking how it looking. These are the persons in authority. Let's not forget. Let us not forget come September 1st, everything that's going on.
Same thing.
Yes, it's true.
Everything that's going on in our country as it relates to so many details, so many aspects that we need to make sure that we keep on the front burner. I want to thank every single person that's tuned in right now. Everybody that could hear my voice right now. Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in and for being a part of Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. And definitely before we go, I want to make sure that I showcase this channel right here so that persons can make their way over to this platform and subscribe. Subscribe, buddy. Why? Because you're going to be seeing a lot of information coming in from this page, because this is one of the person that's a part of the Purple Army. So while the Purple Army is marching, I got to identify affiliates of the Purple Army. Make sure that you go over to No More Flinching Talk and subscribe, because she is highlighting details in this case. Miss Carlotta Taylor. Miss Carlotta Taylor is an FBI trained detective in the US that is definitely highlighting the information that's going on with Adrianna Young's case and a number of other things on her platform on YouTube. No More Flinching TV. No More Flinching TV. Make sure you make your way over there and subscribe. Let them know that Delta 9 Media sent you over there for all the vital, important information that's being presented by our sister Carlotta Taylor, FBI trained detective, who very soon, be on the lookout, very soon, Team Delta will be on Delta 9 Media, giving us an exclusive interview and divulging the details from her experience that she would have unearthed in the Adrianna Young case, pointing out certain details and certain protocols that is definitely being mishandled in this case, right? Coming soon to Delta 9 Media will be Carlotta Taylor. But right now, make sure that you make your way over to No More Flinching TV and subscribe to Miss Carlotta Taylor. Look out for a special interview that she will be having tomorrow. Definitely there's a hot interview coming out tomorrow on No More Flinching. So as soon as you finish with this live, make your way over there and subscribe. For persons that's coming after the live is finished and you're going to watch on the replay, make sure you subscribe to No More Flinching TV. Tell a Delta 9 Media sent you over there, because guess what? They are a part of the Purple Army, and we march out at different times, different channel. Definitely the same movement. Justice, justice is the movement. Thanks to every single person that's tuned in right now. Almost 400 people in the live. Thanks for being a part of this live. Thanks for tuning into Delta 9 Media and being a part of Turn Up Tuesdays. Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. Every single person, AJ, International Chef, IDK, Carlisle, Dorothy, Gnosis Focus, AJ, all the persons, everybody in the comment section, the whole team Delta, the whole Purple Army. Do remember when you jump back into the video, if you're watching on the replay, if you're watching live right now, don't leave the live. Don't leave the broadcast without making sure that you take a couple seconds, buddy. Thumbs up the live and drop a purple heart in the comment section. Drop a purple heart because this is a movement for justice and solidarity for Adrianna Young. You just hear the details pointed out by Laura. You heard the details pointed out by the father, and you see and hear the gaslight that the hotel owner was trying to present in the case. Very important that you play a part. All you got to do is thumbs up the live, big up every single person. And I want to thank you once more. And I want to advise that if you want to be notified every time this flight is taking off, do make sure that you are subscribed so that you will be notified every single time the Purple Army is marching, every single time this flight is taking off. I want to thank you, Team Delta, for tuning in live, for tuning in to Turn Up Tuesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. Big up yourself.